Today, I'm sharing practical strategies for raising respectful children. You know that flash of frustration you get when your kids talk back to you, right? Or when they interrupt you when you're talking to another adult, or when they treat people like they don't even matter. And that's, you find that more as the kids get older. Model respect in your everyday life. Speak respect into existence. What I mean by that is, how do you talk to your partner or your spouse? If you interact with each other, especially in front of the kids, in a respectful tone and manner, your kids can't help but mimic that behavior. How do you talk to your kids? If you talk to your kids in a respectful tone and a manner which they deserve your respect, they will also mimic that behavior. And also, how do you talk to people who aren't in your family, like a waiter or a cashier or in the drive-through, right? When they get your order wrong or whatever, how do you speak to that individual? Your frustration and your lack of respect towards those people, your children will model that. And people wonder why their kids are disrespectful when you are disrespectful yourself. Own your mistakes. Guys, this is one of the greatest lessons I had to learn as a father. I had to learn to own my mistakes. When I make a mistake with a kid, that one of my kids, I own that mistake. Guys, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. Totally my fault. I really apologize, and I am so sorry. And I will try to not let that ever happen again. You have to own your mistakes as a parent. And when your kids see you owning your mistakes and apologizing and then rectifying your own behavior, they will model that as well. These are great keys, not for us to grow as humans, but to help our kids grow. Look, don't cuss at your kids. Really, do not. How are they to learn respect when you are cursing at your children and even worse, calling them names? That is a complete lack of respect on your part to your children. They will mimic that behavior. They're watching everything you do. And when you treat your kids with such disrespect by cursing at them, they're going to mimic that behavior and they're going to curse at other people. I think it's massive that we teach our children empathy. What does that mean? That means actually in your heart feeling sorry for someone whose situation is worse than yours. And there's ways to teach that. Like, you can take them to an animal shelter and volunteer for just a few hours and help when they're sick animals or whatever. Teach them to feel sorry for these animals. You can also help the less fortunate. You can volunteer in so many different ways. Old folks' homes, retirement communities. There's so many ways to teach empathy. And if you teach your kids empathy on how to actually feel bad for someone else, that will really help with them and learning respect. Praise your child when they do it correctly and when they do it right. When they show empathy, when they show respect, praise them. Heap that praise on them. Let them get that positive reward from you and your respect when they do something right and respectful. The more praise you heap on them when they do something correct, the more they're going to want to receive that praise from you. Teach them gratefulness. What does that mean? Like, we're all grateful, I would think, most of us anyway, are grateful when we receive something we need. And your kids have to be taught that. Look, just from my own experience, I had obviously 5 kids, and there was a Christmas one time, and we already gave a gift to a kid. And then we went to a family member's Christmas celebration, and they gave my child the same gift. And that kid's attitude, my own child's attitude towards getting the same gift was absolutely appalling. I was embarrassed that my kid acted this way. They received this gift and they're like, I already got this. I don't want this. Man, I almost lost it. But that was a great teaching moment. Once we got away, that had them apologize, obviously, and I apologize as well for my kids' behavior. But once we got away from the situation, now they have 2 of something that they really wanted. It's important that they learn to be grateful. When you're talking to your kids anymore nowadays, put the phone down, guys. I see this so much in different places around town and wherever it may be. When their kids are talking to them, the parents are having their phone and they're looking at it, they're playing on it, they're doing whatever. Put the phone down. Show them respect. Look them in the eye. And then to that point, actually listen to your children. Don't talk. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. 2 ears to hear, 1 mouth to be quiet. Allow the child to talk to you about whatever it is. Show them genuine respect by what they are saying is important. And I'm telling you guys, if you do these things, you will see a gradual increase in how they treat people and how they treat you. This isn't a one-time fixed thing like it's going to just happen overnight. This is a learned behavior over time. The more you model respect in your own life and how you treat others as a person and how you treat your kids cannot help but emulate that behavior that you have set the precedence for. So again, it all begins and ends with how you act as a parent. Own your mistakes. Treat your kids with respect. Treat strangers with respect. Show empathy in your own behavior. Model this behavior, and I'm telling you, your kids will follow it. This is Mike, Dad of 5 boys. Talk to you later.